Well, welcome everybody to our World Cup host venue, NRG Stadium, where today the FIFA World Cup 26 Houston Host Committee will join other host cities across North America as we celebrate a big milestone. We are officially 500 days out from the FIFA World Cup 2026. That deserves a round of applause. That's a big moment. So this afternoon, we as a city and region are showing what true collaboration looks like as we're joined by elected officials, local leaders, community partners, stakeholders, along with some of our FIFA World Cup 26 Houston supporters and donors to mark this great moment. As you can see behind us, this is a party. This is a true team effort here today as we are really celebrating this moment. And on the videos, you'll see, the screens playing, you'll see this really cool video that was put together by FIFA to mark this. They're doing it for all the host cities, and Houston's, I think, is the best, right? It stands out the best. It's got all of our historic landmarks shown on there. And members of the media, I will send you guys that video a little later as well so you guys can see it. So in just a few minutes, a few of these leaders behind me will provide updates to the community on a variety of topics related to the FIFA World Cup 2026, including safety and security, stadium upgrades, fan festival planning, and development and transportation. But first, our first speaker is passionate about many things, with soccer and the World Cup being right there near the top. His efforts, along with so many others, helped our city land one of those coveted host city spots across North America. Please welcome the chairman of the FIFA World Cup 26 Houston Host Committee, John Arnold.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for being here, especially our distinguished elected officials, including Mayor Whitmire, Judge Hidalgo. We have many county commissioners, Ellis, Commissioner Briones, Garcia, and I've seen several city council members today. Thank you for coming out here. Of course, we're here because it's 500 days away from the kickoff of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. It's the most prestigious, most popular, the largest sporting event the world will ever see. And maybe more important for today, we're 503 days away from the kickoff in Houston. Now, it's been a long journey to get here. Right? The U.S. was originally selected to host the World Cup back in 2018. And back then, the United States identified 34 different cities that could host World Cup, and only 10 were expected to be selected. From that 34, there were 3 rounds of cuts. Of course, Houston made it through each and every one of them. And that led to this event that many of you remember back in June of 2022 on national TV, when we went from the final 16 cities to 10, including Houston. Now, many cities that were very qualified to host these games did not make it, including Las Vegas and Denver, Chicago, Orlando, Baltimore, DC. It is a real privilege and a testament to the leadership that this city has shown in order to bring the games. And the 2026 version is going to be the most spectacular of all time. It marks a number of firsts. It's the first tournament with 48 teams. Historically, they've been done with 36. The first tournament with 104 games. It's the first tournament to be co-hosted by 3 countries. And most important, it's the first time that Houston will host the FIFA World Cup. It's going to be the biggest sporting event ever to come to Houston, with 7 games over 20 days. It culminates in a round of 16 game on July 4th. It would be amazing to see the United States play in Houston on July 4th. The city, the county, sports authority, and the host committee we're just ready to lead this effort, managing a safe and secure event, providing a memorable experience to the players, to officials, to our out-of-state fans, and to our local fans as well. Since 2000, Houston has hosted multiple Super Bowls, Final Fours, NBA All-Star Games. We've hosted college football championships, MLS All-Star Game, MLB All-Star Game, and scores of big soccer games. The reason promoters keep coming back is because Houston knows how to host these big events. We've done it before, and we're going to do it again. And while we're well organized and set up to succeed, the next 503 days are going to be a busy time for everyone. and managing all the moving parts of this tournament, including safety and security, transportation, training sites, soccer legacy for the city, the volunteer program, fan engagement, and finances. And I'm particularly excited about the plans for FanFest in Edo, which will be a brand new concept for FanFest at the World Cup. FanFest, of course, is a large-scale viewing area and almost a soccer festival. It's where everybody in the city, whether you have a ticket or not, will get to participate in the World Cup every day of the tournament. And it's going to be the pathway for where many of our out-of-town visitors are going to really get to soak up the culture and spirit of this city. We really intend to make this a memorable experience, and we'll hear more about that later. There are just a lot of people in this city who are doing a lot of work to make this tournament a success. And the benefits really are enormous for this city. For being a showcase for people from around the world who are going to come to Houston, people who experience Houston from the global TV market, be creating a venue for experience for local fans, creating a legacy for soccer in the city, and furthering human rights and sustainability programs that the city's been working on for a long time. And that's all at no financial cost to the city or county. And we can do that in part because of the great donors and sponsors we have through the corporate community. The business community in this city just continues to step up, and I'd very much like to thank them. And last, I'd like to now bring up our distinguished guest, Mayor John Whitmire, who's been laser focused at ensuring we have the resources necessary to live up to our reputation as a great host. Mayor.
Thank you, John, and thank you for your leadership and your public service. It's probably safe to say we wouldn't be here today but for your leadership and your family's contributions to our great city. Thank you so much. I could spend my allotted time recognizing individuals that have played such a role in this, and also on a daily basis allow this to be such a great city and a great county. Certainly Mayor Pro Tem Castix Tatum, along with the county judge and her commissioners, Briones, Ellis, each and every one of them, Garcia. I can't say enough about how we're going to pull this off through collaboration. I could spend my time this morning talking about our corporate sponsors. I could talk about the Sports Authority, Harris County Sports Corporation and its leadership. I'm very pleased to let not only Houstonians, but people across our nation and the world, FIFA, we're ready. I'll make a public confession, I have not been counting the days. Because each and every day in my administration, with my team at City Hall, is a World Cup day for Houstonians. I go to meetings on a regular basis about how we have to improve this, our transit system, to get ready for the World Cup. I interrupt them and say, no, we need to get it ready for Houstonians. And if we get it ready for Houstonians and Harris County residents on a daily basis, we'll be ready for FIFA. So let's make every day a World Cup for Harris County, Houston residents, improving transit system, making it safe and clean, reliable, public safety, illegal dumping, affordable housing. I could go on and on. We have a duty to treat Houston, Harris County like we are a major event every day. It works. And I will close with this admonishment that Commissioner Ellis and I used to receive from Bob Bullock in the 90s, serving in the Senate. Tough lieutenant governor. He'd say, it's amazing what you can get done if you don't worry about who's going to get the credit. So let's leave here united, collaboration, the county, the city, the different agencies, the different nonprofits, state of Texas, our nation, the world. Let's don't worry about who's going to get the accolades. Let's worry about the end game. Speaking of the end game, I didn't get up here wearing this, but I'm gonna damn sure wear it before I get off here. I'm fired up, and I want each and every one of us to be fired up as we leave here today. because no city is better prepared and going to enjoy the World Cup more than Houston, Texas. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mayor. I'm ready to go. I think I'm ready to run out on that field too as well. All right, now I'd like to bring up another one of our esteemed guests today, Harris County Judge Lena Hidalgo, to talk about the impact on the whole region. Judge?
Thank you so much, and thank you everybody for being here. It really is such a community event. It's so exciting, and everyone, John, Chris, Mayor, of course, everybody who's here and who's been here to make this event possible. It has been just countless folks. I remember the day, John, that we found out that we were going to be one of the ones, and we had the champagne, and we were excited, and we were, but they'll pan to the city that may or may not have gotten it. And so I remember Mary Turner and I were trying to keep it cool, but man, we didn't want to be on stage on the TV looking sad. So it's really a testament to all of your work, all of our board members and everybody here, and the media too as well in our community. The fact that we have such a sports culture here in Houston, Harris County, the fact that we have the facilities we have, that we have such a diverse and welcoming community, that's all something that's possible because of all of us together. And so I really think that for sports buffs, for soccer buffs, this is going to be a fantastic event. It's just incredible. But I also think for folks who maybe don't normally watch sports, we won't need Taylor Swift to be there. I think this is an exciting event in and of itself. The World Cup, I think, everybody knows about it. I know folks many times plan for many, many years to be able to see one, and the fact that one is coming here to Houston, to Harris County's NRG Stadium, is truly a gift for all of us, for our community, just as a life experience, and of course for our economy. It's going to be calculated to be into the billions based on estimates from other World Cups as well as from when we hosted the Super Bowl. So I am just so thrilled, and I will say it's one of the things that kept me going and running for re-election. So 2018, I started the bid. 2019, I came in, and this whole time we've been preparing for it. And then I know 2026 is when the World Cup is going to happen. So it was something that I've just been looking forward to. So excited that I'm here and that I'll be able to be county judge during such an important and amazing event. So anyway, let me repeat very briefly in Spanish. Quiero celebrar este momento tan increíble. Realmente son muchas las personas que han hecho esto posible, desde, todos los líderes de la ciudad, del condado, tantas personas que han trabajado para esto, y es realmente una bendición para la comunidad. ¿Cuánta gente no anhela ir y visitar una Copa Mundial? Eso es un sueño para muchos, y el hecho de que va a venir aquí, al condado de Harris, a la ciudad de Houston, es increíble. Vamos a tener 20 días de partidos, va a haber uno inclusive el 4 de julio, de repente podemos jugar en los Estados Unidos ese mismo día, y yo sé que tanto para las personas que son fanáticas del fútbol, así como las personas que nunca ven deportes, va a ser una experiencia inolvidable, y ya, 500 días, realmente le agradezco a todos que han trabajado porque recibamos este honor, y vamos a asegurarnos de que sea un espectáculo. Va a ser increíble para la comunidad, increíble para la economía, entonces, ya nos vamos preparando. So thank you again so much. I think let's give a big round of applause to everyone who's made this happen, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Judge Hidalgo. Before we go to our next speaker, I feel that we should thank some other community partners that are here with us today. I'd like to thank Metro Chair Elizabeth Brock. She's right here with us. Thank you for joining us. Houston Airport System Director Jim Sesniak. Jim. All right. There he is. All right, sounds good. Houston First CEO Michael Heckman. He's here as well. Houston Dynamo Dash President Jessica O'Neill. Right here. And we also like to thank our friends from the Astros, Rockets, and Texans rodeo as well. Rodeo right around the corner. Who's ready for the rodeo? Yeah, absolutely. We'd like to thank all of those folks, everyone up here on the stage. Really collaborative effort, as everybody has been saying, to really get this event going and get this into the right direction. Now, to give a full picture of where Houston stands 500 days out from the FIFA World Cup 26, I'd like to bring up the president of the FIFA World Cup 26 Houston Host Committee, and a very busy man these days, Chris Canetti.
Thank you, Daniel. Good morning, everybody. I think I was the only person who didn't clap when we announced it was 500 days out. No, but in all seriousness, while we're 500 days out, we've been working on this event for over 6 years, and it's been almost 1,000 days since Houston was announced as a host city for 2026. So a lot of good work has already gone into this, and as I give my report today about where we stand, I'm pleased to say that we're in very good shape. Things are very positive. We have a strong strategic plan, everything is in place, and everything is tracking according to that plan. So while I'm sure there's going to be lots of sleepless nights ahead, as we sit here today, we could report that we're in very good standing. In fact, we continue to hear from our partner FIFA over and over again how proud they are of Houston and how well organized they see us. Even on Friday, we submitted an assignment into them and immediately received an email where it said, and I quote, "You guys always end up on top." And that is clearly what we're trying to do here. While there are 16 host cities here in North America, we want to make sure that Houston stands out on top on everything. So we're working very closely with FIFA on many, many work streams. John Arnold covered a number of them, but I'll retouch them. Safety and security, transportation, hotels, stadium operations, training sites, base camps, commercial rights, sustainability, human rights, procurement, and much, much more. But these are all of the moving parts that go into putting on an event of this magnitude. We all get to see the beautiful game take place on the field here at the stadium, and those are the fun and exciting moments that create the memories, but it's a lot of behind-the-scenes work that gets us there. I'm pleased to say that we've been collaborating well with all of our local partners. That includes the City of Houston, Harris County, NRG Park, Houston First, HPD, HFD, the Office of Emergency Management, the Houston Airports, Metro, Houston Dynamo Dash, and many, many others. It's been a great collaboration up to this point, and there's much more to come. I'm also happy to report that over the last 100 days, we have fully staffed up. We now have a team of over 20 people who are coming to work every single day thinking about this project. These positions include safety and security, transportation, medical, legacy, sustainability, human rights, operations, FanFest, and legal. We also have a number of subcommittees who are not full-time employees, who are just community stakeholders who are at work helping to plan this event. We have more than 200 people in committees on safety and security, transportation, human rights, sustainability, and how we're going to grow the game and create a legacy around that here in Houston. So lots of people engaged throughout the community working on this event on a volunteer basis. One of the big things that people like to ask me about is stadium improvements and renovations that will take place at NRG Park. There are two major projects that we're going to undertake, and one of them will start to happen this summer. We have to, what we're calling bowl modifications. We have to expand the pitch area, the field area, by removing some seats in the corners. It's a big project, and it's something that we needed to do to meet FIFA expectations and standards, and that will take place this summer. The other thing we need to do is we need to put a grass field into the stadium, and the planning on that is going extremely well. We'll have final plans for that done over the course of the coming months, and then the work on that will begin in May of 2026, soon after the rodeo. One of the key components of running this host committee for major events is fundraising, and I'm also proud to say that we've done really well on that up to this point, and we've gotten great support from our corporate partners here in Houston. I'd like to recognize our supporters, Coke, Houston Methodist, NRG, Quanta Services, and our donors, CenterPoint Energy, Cheniere, Chevron, Citgo, and Shell. Without their support, we wouldn't be able to put this event on, and they've been tremendous. We do have some fundraising positions still open, and if anybody would like to participate in a World Cup sponsorship, I'm here to talk. So happy to see you afterwards. One of the key components also to an event like this is a volunteer program. We're literally going to need thousands of volunteers to pull this event off. And over the course of the coming months, we will announce the details of our volunteer program. Every day, we're getting inbound contacts. People want to know how they can volunteer. I ask people to stay tuned on that. We're working with FIFA. We will have a plan that's available and will be promoted on all of our social media channels and on our website, and people will eventually, before the end of this year, be able to apply for these volunteer positions. The other thing that people ask me about a lot is how do I get tickets, okay? First and foremost, I want to point out that the host committee doesn't control the ticketing. This is controlled by FIFA, but tickets will go on sale in the fall of this year, fourth quarter of this year. And if anybody is interested in ticketing, what they need to do is go to the FIFA website, FIFA.com/tickets, FIFA.com/tickets, and register for tickets. That's the best way that Houstonians can get access to the tickets. We do have hospitality packages that are for sale now. These are suites and other specialty packages. Those are being sold through our offices and through other channels. And if anybody is interested in suites or hospitality options, please check in with us and we'll be happy to point you in the right direction. And lastly for me, the biggest announcement that that's going to occur this year is the draw. Of course, we just noted that there's going to be 7 matches here. We don't know who's playing yet, but in December of this year, FIFA will conduct a draw, and we will know exactly which cities are coming to Houston to play, and that will be a monumental moment. And while there's lots of planning that will go up to that point, once we know what cities are coming, we will have to react and plan on a different level from there as well. So that'll be a big announcement. That'll bring even greater excitement and reality to the fact that the World Cup is right around the corner. And lastly, I want to say, it will be 32 years between World Cups in this country. 1994 was the last time that the U.S. was lucky enough to host. So this is literally a once-in-a-generation opportunity. And as I go around the community and we work to organize this event, I'm happy to say that everybody's arms have been wide open, the doors have been wide open for support on this. This is a moment unlike anything that we'll have in our city, and an opportunity for a lot of us to collaborate, to come together, to make big things happen. And at the end of the day, when the final whistle blows and the players have gone home and all the excitement is over, the key to this is how do we make Houston a better place? And that is the key mission behind our host committee and something that we're actively working towards. So while the 500 days are going to go very, very fast, it is an exciting time, and we can't wait to be here in June of 2026 hosting our first match. So thank you, everybody.
All right, thank you, Chris. A couple more thank yous to pass along, a couple of chairmans, actually. Chairman of the Harris County Houston Sports Authority, Juan Garcia, he's back here as well. Thank you, Chairman. And Chairman of the Harris County Sports and Convention Court, James Bishop Dixon, he's back here as well. Everybody, like we said, really doing their efforts to make this a successful World Cup. So, we'll bring Chris back up here for questions in just a little bit, but we'd like to acknowledge a couple of folks that are here. A special thank you to the 3 Harris County Commissioners that have joined us today. Precinct 1 Commissioner Rodney Ellis, right behind us. Precinct 2 Commissioner Adrian Garcia. And Precinct 4 Commissioner Leslie Briones. One note, Precinct 3 Commissioner Tom Ransley was unable to attend today because of a scheduling conflict, but he does send his congratulations and his support of the World Cup efforts in Houston and in Harris County. Now, if any of the 3 commissioners would like to come up, say a few words on behalf of their constituents as well, the floor is yours.
I'm going to keep it brief. I'm Rodney Ellis. I just want you to know how proud I am. Most of the activities will be in Precinct 1, but the judge, the mayor, all of the council members, and all of my colleagues are equally as excited. I'm particularly glad that the host committee has decided to have a program to encourage more small, women-owned, minority-owned businesses to participate as well, and they're going to track the data and know what we're doing. And they're going to leave a lasting imprint on our city. And all of us on Commissioners Court and the judge and the council members are doing as much as we can to encourage more youth in our neighborhoods to get involved in soccer. So thank you, thank you, thank you. With that, I guess I'll bring up Commissioner Garcia.
It's a very, very exciting moment, and I do want to begin by thanking the members of the Houston Sports, Harris County Houston Sports Corporation and the Houston Sports Authority. Thank you for your leadership. Marty Kendrick has dropped in the middle of all this excitement, and she is hitting the ground running. So as it's already been said, I do want to congratulate Houston, Harris County on their success for landing this big fish. And now it's time to cut bait and show people how we can eat this well of an event. And so with that, I also want to make sure to recognize that all the peripheral partners that we have in this event all that they're doing to ensure the event success, whether it be the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, the Port Economic Alliance. Everyone else is working just diligently to make sure that this event is successful. However, as the former sheriff and longtime HPD officer, security and safety is always top of mind for me. And that's why it's particularly important to ensure and reiterate how security has been given the utmost attention. And I want to thank Chris Canetti. He has a right-hand person running the security elements of this, former HPD SWAT commander, someone I know personally, and very excited about the leadership that's being provided there. But with the tragedies in New Orleans earlier this month, as well as what happened in Germany during the Christmas time, it is very, we know that security is always top of mind for all of us. And so it is critical that we are doing everything possible to ensure that we are going to keep our guests and our residents safe so that they can enjoy and take in the full experience of this World Cup. So all that takes planning and it takes cooperation. And so in my meetings with the Sports Authority and others, I have been given full confidence that our FIFA committee is putting the resources to fully assess threats and to coordinate with local agencies, whether at the city, county, state, and federal levels, to make sure we are taking all necessary steps to prevent any incidents and to be able to react quickly to any that may occur. What you're seeing today is all the major players, city and county, all the major entities are standing together and saying we're committed to working together to make sure that this event is one where every attendee can feel comfortable and confident that they are safe and secure. And I want to also thank my colleagues on Commissioner's Court, Commissioner Briones in particular. She's been at the tip of the spear helping to lead these conversations with the Sports Authority. And so we're all working to make sure that this event can be great. In particular, in my precinct, we are paying attention to providing elements like Futbolito to ensure that the residents get the experience and feel the energy directly into the communities that may not otherwise be able to directly participate. So I'm very excited. You know, if my agility was any better, I'd pick up one of these soccer balls and try to show my skills. But with that being said, let me just say gracias a todos. Quiero reconocer los equipos que están trabajando juntos para asegurar que este evento es uno que va a ser magnífico y uno que va a dar una experiencia para muchos dentro de la región del área de Houston y el condado Harris. Estamos trabajando con mis colegas aquí para asegurar que la seguridad es primeramente algo que estamos siempre pensando y trabajando y coordinando, sea con los elementos de la ciudad de Houston, los elementos del condado, los elementos del estado, igualmente con los elementos del gobierno federal. La seguridad es algo muy sumamente importante para asegurar que todos que lleguen a venir, junto con nuestros residentes, que llegan a estar seguros durante todo este evento y asegurar que la experiencia de la Copa Mundial es algo que van a sentir y se van a recordar para años que vienen. Gracias a todos los que están trabajando aquí para asegurar que la Copa Mundial en Houston va a ser el mejor. Gracias.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Leslie Briones, and I'm grateful to serve as your Harris County Commissioner for Precinct 4. And I want to thank my fellow elected officials, as well as the leaders on this stage, who have made this once-in-a-generation opportunity possible for our Houston and our Harris County. The fact that these games will be played here at NRG, at our county facility, is historic, and it is an opportunity for all of us. Over $1 billion in economic impact will come to this region because of us hosting the World Cup. The jobs that will be created, the opportunity for local businesses, women-owned businesses, minority-owned businesses, and also as a former public school teacher, the Grow the Game opportunities for our youth. I'm already so thankful seeing what the partnership with the U.S. Soccer Federation has done in my precinct, and the partnership with the Dynamo and Dash with the soccer pitches in Gulfton, which is our modern-day Ellis Island, East Spring Branch, and other areas. So seeing the barriers being broken down so that our youth can have access to the game, as well as all of the other community work that will be done as a result of the World Cup being hosted right here at home. And what I love most about soccer, it is the world's game. It truly is a game that I believe unites so many across countries around the world. And at this moment in time, we need unity. And the fact that here we are united on this stage and united with our sponsors and partners here, making this historic opportunity happen, and we're helping to unite people who will come from across the globe to experience our Houston and Harris County. So we're on top, let's stay on top, and I'm confident that the heart, hustle, and higher standards that as Houstonians and Harris County residents that we have, we will continue to show the world. So thank you again to everyone who has made this happen, and I look forward to the games in 503 days. I'll be counting down. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Commissioners. Now I'm going to bring up Chris Canetti again and open it up for a couple of questions. I'll see you got a nice round of applause there. Was that for Canetti? All right, okay, cool. All right, a couple of questions for Chris if you'd like, and then afterwards, if everyone can stay on the stage, we're going to take a couple of pictures because you guys look all very nice with the scarves. Appreciate it. And then we'll open up for some one-on-one interviews requests afterwards. All right, Chris, it's up to you.
Randy. Yeah, so first and foremost, we have to play on grass. So if you look out there now, it's a concrete floor, and most of the other events are played on artificial surface. So we have to put together a plan to be able to grow grass on the highest quality standard you could imagine to exist in this facility for over 40 days. So lots of complications that go along with that. Lots of leading experts in the field have been working on that over the course of the last several years, and we're at the finish line here in terms of concluding our plans and awarding bids for this process to take place. But of course, the rodeo will occur in its normal time slot in 2026, and once that clears out, then we will start to move in and start to do the things that we need to do to install the field. But this summer, some renovations will occur. FIFA has very, very strict requirements in terms of the amount of space they need to have on the field level or the pitch area. And with the way our corners kind of curve in here at the stadium, we don't have the space necessary. So we need to carve out the corners, if you will, and create the width and the space on the pitch area to meet the FIFA standards. We're not alone on these things. All of these stadiums were built for the NFL. And when you look at the last 4 World Cups, in South Africa, Brazil, Qatar, and Russia, stadiums were built specific to the FIFA World Cup. And we're not building any stadiums here in the United States. We're using the NFL stadiums, which are, of course, great, but don't necessarily meet the requirements. So each and every one of us in every city has to make some improvements to the stadium. And luckily, in our case, these are the only 2 major things that we need to do. The stadium's in really a great situation. Yes, so while we will have 7 matches here in the stadium, and they are certainly the prime event, the main ancillary event is what's known as the FIFA Fan Festival. And that will be a 39-day event that kicks off with the first match, which will take place in Mexico City, all the way on through to the final, which will take place in the New York, New Jersey market at MetLife Stadium. There's 104 matches for the World Cup. And really what the Fan Festival is an opportunity for fans from not only around here, but from around the world to gather and to celebrate the game. It's a big watch party, if you will. We'll have a big screen, we'll have a stage, we'll have entertainment, and thousands of people a day descending on the Edo district to visit the bars and the restaurants and the other sites at Shell NRG Stadium to create sort of the center point of where everybody can gather and enjoy the games and celebrate the sport. It's certainly going to be an awesome opportunity. We look forward to the legacies that we can create in Edo in terms of helping improve the area. But certainly this is going to be the mainstay. And I should also add that when the matches take place here, FIFA controls every bit of it. So what happens in the stadium here is going to look exactly the way it looks in Atlanta or Kansas City or Los Angeles. But the Fan Festival is an opportunity for us to get creative and to put our local flair into it. So this is where you'll see a lot of the Houston culture be brought out and where the visitors and the guests from around the world can experience Houston to its finest. Yeah, so the World Cup was awarded to North America in 2018, actually. And John Arnold referenced this a little bit. At that point, Houston was one of 34 cities who had an opportunity to host matches here in Houston. That list was whittled down. And then in 2019, we became amongst 18 cities fighting for 10 spots. And then there was a almost 4-year campaign that went into FIFA doing its research and looking at all the cities. When we were bidding on this event before we were ultimately awarded on June 22 of 22. So it's been a long road, but of course, well worth it for sure. You want to take one or two more? Or good?
No, I think we're good. For now, we're going to open it up to one-on-ones.
Okay.
Yeah.